The D that was placed in Pope Francis's coffin, as we await the beginning of this Requiem Mass, recalls that his doctrinal magisterium was extremely rich. It recalls that he often offered a witness to a sober and humble lifestyle, founded on missionary openness, apostolic courage and mercy, and attentive to avoiding the pitfalls of self-referentiality and spiritual worldliness of the Church. Pope Francis, we know, set out his apostolic program for his papacy that lasted just over 12 years, with his apostolic exhortation Evangelii Gaudium in November 2013, and he released 4 encyclicals through the year, such as Lumen Fidei in 2013, Laudato Si in May.
And earlier on Friday, Cardinal sealed the coffin of Pope Francis, bringing to a close the lying in state. Pope Francis's wooden coffin was sealed in a private rite that officially ends 3 days of his body lying in state at the Vatican. About 250,000 people filed through St. Peter's Basilica to pay their final respects to Pope Francis, who was the first pope from Latin America and the first from the Jesuit order. The liturgical rite of sealing his coffin is being led by the Cardinal Camerlengo Kevin Farrell, who is the acting head of the church and tasked with making arrangements for the Pope's funeral. Well, let's tell you all you need to know about Pope Francis's burial. It will be simpler than those of previous popes, following instructions he set out himself. Archbishops and bishops will start gathering at 8:30 a.m. local time, which is about 7:30 BST in the Constantine Wing, a corridor adjacent to St. Peter's Basilica. And at 9 a.m. local time, patriarchs from the Orthodox Church as well as cardinals will congregate. The funeral starts at 10 a.m. when the coffin is laid in the square in front of St. Peter's Basilica. At least 250,000 members of the public will attend the funeral, and there are some 170 heads of state or government who are also on the guest list. After the service, Francis's body, dressed in a red chasuble and a damask and golden papal mitre, will be transported from St. Peter's to the Basilica of Santa Maria's Maggiore in Rome for the burial. Pope Francis requested that he be buried in a simpler wooden coffin with a zinc interior. Pope Francis was a Jesuit, a Catholic religious order of priests known for their dedication to education and missionary work. He was also a devotee of the Virgin Mary, and so he chose to be buried in Santa Maria Maggiore, which sits outside the Vatican walls in the center of Rome. The Pope also asked that his tomb would be in the ground, simple and bearing only the inscription Franciscus, the Latin version of his chosen name. Pope Francis, the head of the Catholic Church, died after serving almost 12 years. The 266th Pope of the Roman Catholic Church died on Easter Monday at the age of 88 due to a stroke and cardiac arrest.